Hello, guys, and welcome to the third part of our series. Okay, let me see where we're at here. Now, this one we're looking at pretty much what I would consider a clean post randomization CPN. This is, if you're going to get it wrong and be right, this is about the wrongest right you can get. Okay, you're coming in with a strike one with a caution. It's going to show up in the caution and all the bank's filters. Second, you're going to be using a number that they are not using as social security numbers, and the banks is kind of wising up to that, and they're going to send you requests for information based on the CPN number. So that's not a good thing, not a good way to go. Now, on the next we're going to look at, this one, which is 32,213, and this one is 32,213. Again, this is the same situation. It's basically what I would consider a clean, bad CPN number because you're coming in with a caution, and then you're showing it to be a post randomization, and this is not associated with anybody. This is something that if you're going to sell it, you would sell something like this, but what's going to happen is they're going to get a burnt with a lot of requests for information. So that's pretty much what people are using, and they did work for about maybe 2 or 3, 4, 5 months, and then the banks saw a flood of them, and it was something they were actually able to ratchet down and catch up on. And basically, when people they see this, and they assume that nobody's there. And when you look at it closer, you see that in fact nobody really is there. But like when we looked at other numbers, randomization, then you look at it, you do have to be careful because you do have people that are there. Okay, so you have one strike, two strikes, and then once it's burned, and then you do a hard pull and you link it and you send it to the system, then this goes into where they actually categorize people and information. And this is what they're doing. This is how they can know you have a bad CPN. That's how they know you have a CPN. That's how they know that this is you or not you. It's not your credit report. The credit report says you should get approved. This says that you shouldn't. That's what they're doing. So now, on this particular number, this one is one that comes back and says this is an SN has been validated. There's the big old fist pump. Hoorah, I'm happy and I'm doing good and everything is great. You will see that it's 10. Then I think that's 865. And this one's come back as 10, 865, same thing. Now, this is a number that will show you a true and actual social security number. If I was to look up any individual, say, okay, well, let's just see how accurate this is, which, trust me, it's very accurate. And I put in your social security number, it's going to give me everything about you, basically. SCN was assigned in the state of New York. SCN was assigned during the years of 95, 97. Person was 10 and 13 when SCN was assigned. Person is now going to give you an exact age. It's going to give you your date of birth. Remote services return a single identity of this particular person born on this particular day. His phone number, his alias, his alternative phone number, and every single address that he ever had that's associated. I've seen list that was way down here by the time it stopped rattling off information on a particular individual. That's how you can tell that's the identity portion of what the banks do. It's not your credit report is your credit report. That's half the picture. I have a good CPN or a bad CPN. I got a 790 credit score on all three bureaus. I want to get money, and then what happened is, okay, that's great. You want to get money. You can see that this come up green, but this is, trust me, don't use this to make CPN numbers because it's never going to give you this on the back end of the number, which will tell you what's going on. So bank underwriter is going to see a report, then his name is Marco Clark, and he has all this information. They're going to associate all this with the application. Boom, this is a file that will get stamped for approval. You would get a big fat approval with a profile like that. That's a real good profile. Now, on this particular number, let's see here, same thing. It tells you nothing, just SSN has been validated. It's not dead. It's not a post-randomization number. What the problem is this is when you're generating CPNs and you try to pull CPNs that are real social security numbers, I'm going to show you the problem with that. I'm going to show you the problem. Matter of fact, remember this one. This is 356. Let's go to this one first. This is 355. Now, 355 is showing up when you're trying to pull a CPN off real social security number. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. Boom, 355, 603, 355. It pulled up a single identity, California, of a Felipe, whatever his name is, in California. This is a real individual, real profile. If it's a CPN, I don't know, but it's going to show up as a real profile. Hence, no cautions, no post-randomization, just a real profile. That's 355. Now, let's look at this one. 357. Green, these are real Social Security numbers coming from the real Social Security number chain of numbers. 357 is showing up as these people got crazy names. Adrian D. whatever. Okay, born 1995, Las Vegas. This is the real Social Security number. This is 357. We just looked at 355. Now, on this one, 356. Now, on this one, look at this. Would you want to have a CPN number that looks like this? 60355, S is in, is presumed valid. California, person is likely 18 years old. No record at remote service for this number. That's the key. Now let's look at this. That was 356. 355, you can't use it. You will be camping. It'll change to multiple profiles, multiple identities, be a dead number. That's 355. 357, return a single identity, gives a person information, their age, their name. Now this one, 356. This is why you spend the $200 for legal CPN. This is why you buy a quality CPN number. This is how we can guarantee you will have a quality CPN number that A, is not going to interfere with another human being. B, you won't have to worry about multiple identities. C, when you get a CPN from us, it's going to be a clean number, no flags present. Once you do a hard pull on this number and put your information on there, all your correct 401 information, everything that's going to be verified and confirmed through the records, it's going to show your name, John D. I bought my CPN number from Legal CPN for $200, and I have a perfect profile. Add trade lines, that's something you invest in. That is something you invest in. Now, let's look at those other numbers again. Real fast, recapping. Boom, caution. That's a clean number. There's nobody there. Caution, caution. That's 2 strikes. No strikes. No strike, 2 strikes. This is what happens when you use these. They come out the box, brand new, with a caution. You can't use it. It's going to say caution right out the box. New number, caution right out the box. You think all of them are not stamped. They are. Because you have so many people buying these bad CPN numbers or creating them from that batch of numbers. Caution, transition group, plus a person. You use it, 3 strikes, you will not get approved. When you are trying to set up a $1 million profile, your $1 million profile begins from your CPN number. It cannot begin from these post-randomization numbers. It cannot begin with a caution. It cannot begin with dead people's social security numbers. It cannot begin with multiple identities. You will never, ever, never, ever go to the SSN validator and ever buy a CPN number or look at a CPN number at the SSN validator and it tells you nothing related to nothing except for a dead person's social security. That's the only thing it's going to tell you. If you want a perfect CPN number that has no cautions, this is from a real social security number chain that will get you approved because it's not going to hit none of these filters and get flags. you want to get a real CPN number from a real SSN chain and build your CPN from there. That is not worth $79 or $200. It's worth $1 million. It's something that you can start your new profile from that number with no problem. Go to legalcpn.com. You can easily go to the website and get started right from the website. Start with number 1, start with number 2, and you can easily make your purchase directly on the website and check out. And within 2 to 3 days, your CPN will return via email. This is something that we've developed thousands. There's not too many people that can say they've developed thousands of CPNs. Thousands. We understand exactly what they know. We understand exactly what you need, and we understand exactly how CPNs are legal, what you can expect. We get credit card approvals for our clients. That's a really cool car. That's a really cool car. They're mine. Okay, we know exactly what to do. These videos are very informative. If you know how to try merge a CPN, you can buy the bronze package. If you need the CPN instructions and you want to do it yourself, you can buy the silver. If you want to sit back and you want to get this done, you don't have to worry about anything. You want to buy gold, then you can move forward and feel confident spending your money on trade lines because you want to get approved. After you make your purchase, the most important thing you can do is send the contract. Click, go to the contract page, select your contract, and fill in the information so that way it comes to our CS team and we can get this taken care of. Again, we have thousands of clients' experience and almost a decade of experience, and we have the tools and the resources that will enable us to set up a perfect legal CPN every single time, and you don't have to worry about anything except for adding trade lines and getting your credit approvals. And best of all, as you go to our CPN section, you will see that our CPNs are fully guaranteed. We offer a 100% money back guarantee on our products, our CPN products. We actually offer a guarantee on our CPNs because we understand what not to do. Okay, we understand what we can't do. We understand what's going to hurt you. We understand the best ways that you will be able to use our products and move forward without interfering with anybody else, enabling you to get approvals. We understand that sites like the SSN validators don't work for anything anymore, and where you don't have to know what we know. You don't have to become a subscriber to our services, even if you want to be a reseller. Resell CPNs at $200, $300, $150, and buy the $79 CPN and resell it at $200. At least you can sell a product that you guarantee. You can sell a product that you can guarantee that will work. You can sell a product that's going to enable people to get credit approvals and going to enable you to have a good name. One thing about legal CPN that you can go and look. We don't have a problem with people saying we have bad CPN numbers. We don't have that problem at all. Matter of fact, I think one of you say, well, they sold me a real Social Security number. They sold me a real Social Security number. Well, maybe so. Okay, but it's a number that's not going to have you listed as a 2-year-old child. It's a number that's not going to give you a big fat caution. It's a number that's not going to be a number chain that's going to instantly get flagged, and Capital One or American Express, one of these companies actually know what to look for when they're looking for it. I guarantee you they're going to watch this video too. There's going to be a lot more banks that's going to say, aha, at the very least we can catch all of those guys and catch 80% of the people that don't know what the hell they're doing. Okay, that's going to happen, I guarantee you. Okay, this other stuff, hey, one day we might get bought out by one of those companies and you know, work with a forum at that point. But as of right now, you want a quality CPA, you want $1 million credit profile, go to legalcpn.com, follow the 1, 2, 3, 4 steps in the contract, and we can guarantee you that you will be off and running with the perfect CPN. Welcome to Legal CPN. Thank you for watching this video.